Here are 7 things we wish we knew before we moved from England to Lusaka, Zambia.
The first one would be finding a property. It's not exactly the same sort of process when you're trying to search for them. I mean, in the UK and more Western countries, it's actually very easy to find properties through the likes of On the Market, websites like On the Market, Zoopla, Rightmove, Spare Room, Facebook even. You've got all of these platforms that you can easily find properties. But here, you don't get as many verified websites as you do there. So it's actually quite hard maneuvering it also, because even when you find properties, say on Facebook and websites, you usually have an agent taking care of the inquiries regarding that property that's being advertised. Do you know what? Most of the time, it wasn't even the direct agent. It was someone else.
Yeah, who puts you in touch with somebody else?
Who puts you in touch with somebody else?
Who puts you in touch with someone who has the keys?
Manager. Yeah, and there's a bunch of stuff going on. So it can be very stressful because you're dealing with multiple people.
Yeah, just to get to the point where you're viewing one property.
Yeah.
So you need to have a lot of patience and actually need to know which channels you need to go through to find the properties, because a lot of times people will post a property that they actually don't know who owns the property. So they'll pass you on to a friend who knows the person who owns the property.
They might not even know if it's still going up.
Yeah.
There was one that wasn't even still going up.
Yeah.
The lady was like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. I've got a wait list. More like, we got hard cash. Hard cash right there. We were like, we're willing to pay 3 or 4 months up front. And she said, no, I've got a wait list. We're like, what are you talking about? Why is this advertised? So it's very stressful. It can be very stressful. It actually led us to even upping our budget because we were just tired of it. So we upped our budget to something nicer to what we were kind of looking for, really. But yeah, it can be extremely stressful, especially when we were kind of working with a tight timeline as well.
Oh yeah, because when we first moved here, we went and booked an Airbnb. So we had 2 or 3 weeks to find somewhere to live permanently.
Yeah, and we even moved from our first Airbnb to a second Airbnb because of like roaches and all that stuff. So that was also a stressful part of it. But that's not related. But yeah, it was a stressful time.
Yeah. So the second thing that we wish we knew was that there's a reason why everybody has private security or private response teams instead of using the police.
Yeah.
So we had a situation where we needed to call the police, and when the police were called, they said they couldn't get here because they didn't have any transport to actually be able to get to get here. So most people use private response teams who can get there faster than the police. Mm-hmm. You pay a monthly subscription so that you have access to these to the private response teams who can come to your property.
You get like the panic button inside your house or something like that.
Yeah, so you have one initial payment that you pay for like a panic button that you can press anytime you need them to come to your property, and then you pay a monthly recurring fee. And that's one thing I think a lot of people forget to include when they're budgeting for a move here, because in the West, you're able to call the police and they can get to the scene in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. But here, you need to make sure that you have a private response team that you can get a hold of and can come visit you.
Or even a door guy, just a gate boy,
a gate
guy, like, or with a baton. Yeah. So for the third thing we've got is cost of gyms and recreation. Do you know what? It's not even just gyms. It's like recreational stuff. Like the cost of doing these things are actually quite expensive.
Oh yeah, like playing paddle.
Playing paddle.
Yeah, it costs more than you would think it would cost to play paddle here.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, how much was it? Like 20 quid?
Yeah, 20 quid.
20 pounds. It's 20 pounds. Like, it's like, what's that?
Yeah, the average person definitely couldn't afford to just go play paddle whenever they wanted to.
No.
But the standard of gyms that you get here is so much lower for the price you pay back in the UK. So in the UK, you'd be able to pay £30 or even like £20 for a gym a month.
Yeah.
And have access to
promotions.
On promotion, yeah. Have access to new equipment, clean equipment.
State-of-the-art stuff.
Yeah, a range of different equipment.
Yeah.
But here you pay like £30 for access to a gym with minimal equipment.
Dead. Bro.
Yeah.
It's dead.
Like, so that's something that shocked us, I'd say.
Yeah, and like just you go in, the vibes aren't there, the music ain't there, or the lights are out,
Yeah, the electricity.
Or like the equipment
I
stopped
remember I was
working.
benching once.
Yeah.
And then the electricity just went for a good 3 minutes. I was like, oh my God, how are we in a gym and the electricity just goes?
And to be honest, like, I think it's crazy because it's not like we're not expecting, the world from gyms, but I wouldn't expect these prices because these are UK, like Western prices, and they're charging this amount of money. I genuinely don't understand why they wouldn't just charge
Yeah, the quality that you get for the
half
prices.
and get more people in. So many more people would go in if they wouldn't charge in such ridiculous prices.
Yeah, the quality that you get for the prices doesn't match up.
Doesn't match up. And even recreationally, I can't remember how much like playing football at AstroTurfs are, but that also is probably similar to the UK as well. Doesn't make sense.
So our solution to that is that we've made our own home gym, which we can give you a tour of in our next video. The fourth thing that shocked us was how much we spend on bottled water. So living back in the UK, it wasn't really a cost that we had to think of. And even still, like you could go to Costco and buy a 40 pack for like £2.50 or something, and that would last you
The
a
cost
week
is
or
more
so.
though.
But here, it costs more to have access to fresh, clean drinking water.
No, actually, it costs more in the UK, is it not?
No, because you can go to Costco and buy like...
No, I'm talking about because we also have to pay a water bill in the
Yeah,
UK.
you have to pay a water bill. Yeah, true.
How much is the water? It's like 80 quid, isn't it?
No, less.
In,
it's like
what was
20,
it in Manchester?
£30. I can't remember.
£30, £40. Remember, it was quite a bit in Manchester.
Yeah, but it's like just
Yeah.
the cost that you have to remember that you have to pay for. You don't want to risk drinking water from the tap just in case you get ill. Even though we have a borehole and it comes directly from the ground, it's just not worth the risk of drinking
And for
bad
me,
water.
I'm a sensitive soul, so my body just won't cope. So we have to stick to the drinking water for me. Well,
so we probably spend like £15 a week or every 2 weeks on bottled water.
Number 5 on our list is our processes that you have to go through in this country, especially like with the government. Say, I don't know, opening up a new bank account,
sorting out your visa.
doing visa processes. Processes take a little bit longer to do, even if they're...
I think one of the main things is we're so used to being able to go online, and if you have to deal with the government, you just go online, fill out details and everything sorted out in like 2 days, and you don't have to actually go and physically speak to someone.
Mm-hmm.
But here, there aren't many options to sort things out online. You have to physically go to an office, wait around for an hour or two or half a day, and then sort things out that way.
Yeah, and it still may not even be sorted out.
Yeah, so there's that initial frustration.
Yeah. Number 6 on our list
is that prices fluctuate a lot more often than they do in the UK. So one of the main things that I've noticed is like the price of eggs changes week on week. 1 week you can get a packet of eggs for like 75 kwacha, a tray of 30. And then the next week it might be like 95.
And this is mainly at the market, right?
Also in ShopRite.
Oh yeah, that does change quite a bit.
Yeah, it does fluctuate. Not as much as in the market, but it does fluctuate more than you typically expect to see like back at home in the UK.
Yeah. Usually you just see the prices rise over time.
Yeah, over time,
just
incrementally.
Over time, after like half a year, like, or whatever. But like you just see them gradually rise and rise and rise. But here it's like kind of up, down, up, down, up, down. But that also like kind of ties in with the fact that the currency is actually quite unstable as well. When we arrived, it was around 34 kwacha to a pound.
Yeah, and there was a point where it got to 36 as well.
Yeah, it went up to 36 kwacha to a pound, and then it came back down slowly, which we kind of wish we cashed out when it was up to 36, because it would have meant, because obviously we have our original currency is the GBP, the British pound. So it would have been a lot better for us to cash out and get more kwacha when it was stronger. But that's just something you kind of get used to over time.
Yeah, we're hoping that in a couple of months' time it will get back to 36 kwacha to a pound.
We're counting down the days.
Yeah, we're holding on to our pounds until that happens.
Number
7 is we didn't realise how much we'd miss home.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of taken a couple of months for it to kind of kick in.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the smallest things that you wouldn't even imagine, like the taste of food back home. We miss our friends.
Unmatched.
We miss even like things like Greg's. The amount of times I've thought about having a sausage roll from Greg's is
jokes.
nuts.
That is jokes. Like, also things that like we didn't appreciate when we were there. I mean, like we loved like cafe hopping and going to really nice cafes and having good quality coffee. We really appreciate coffee, going and having a nice oat latte and stuff like that. But you can't really get like those similar tasting here.
The cafe
milk's
culture
different.
isn't as evolved as in the UK.
No.
Like here, you just get like a standard coffee that you would probably what Starbucks would taste like, but you don't get the taste of coffee that you would if you went to a small independent shop or.
It takes ages to get to you as well.
The quality of the service is not great.
Things like that. I mean, going into just a British pub, like walking into a lovely old British pub. The thing
especially
is,
in the summer as well.
Especially in the
summer,
in the beer garden, it's just so nice. Like, and like you said, the taste of food, the quality of food. There's a lot of range in the UK. There's a lot of range actually when you look at it.
You can step into a supermarket and you can get like a pot of beans at every single price point. So whether you want to pay 20p for beans or whether you want to get like luxury Marks and Spencer's own for like
whether it's
£1.20.
frozen, fridged, dry packed, canned, like there's different types of meats. You can have it dry, you can have this, you can have that.
There's a lot more range in the supermarkets.
Everything. And you can actually also you can get things at different price points. In terms, for example, one thing that we absolutely love is pizza. That's one of our favorite foods.
We
love pizza, but there's not a lot of pizza joints here. And also like in the UK or even America, if you're from America, you can get oven pizzas that you can take out of the box and shove straight in the oven. But you actually have different price points and different ranges of different qualities and varieties. And there's whole sections for frozen pizzas in the UK.
Who would have thought, like, we moved to Zambia and we miss a frozen pizza?
You could go, but all you guys from the UK, like, you could go into Aldi and you can get this big one like this, like 500-600 grams in it. There's one really like the high quality is like £4-5 or something like that. And we miss having something like that in its quality. You can buy it in its quality and it tastes lovely. But you don't really get that here. It's like £5-6 for one of those like tiny. So yeah, we do miss the variety and the quality of food at home.
So those are the 7 things that we wish we knew before we left the UK. We've been living in Lusaka for about 4 months now, and that video 5. Oh my god, that video wasn't of us complaining. It's just some of the things that we wish we would have known before we came here, and we would have maybe better prepared for and packed our suitcase full of tons of pizza.
Yeah, we would have had a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe.
Thank you.